Lists, and more lists. Scott has you have a lisp? No, lisp. You have a list. You don't have a lisp. You have lists. Scott has a list.
Yes. And my list is who I would like to cook for on my Funguy the Entertainer Cooks For You show.
Well, I've taken a look at your lisp, and I think that with a little bit of work, we can get rid of that. Let's say round and round the rugged rock, the ragged rascal ran. You're not going to try it? Okay, fine. Then you're going to continue with your list. But I think your list was pretty impressive. So I can't wait to see those shows.
And Steve needs to send me some more of those whole food plant-based recipes.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I did kind of fall off on sending those to you, but I will. And we learned that wet behind the ears is a real thing.
It's real. It sure is.
Welcome to What Happened in the World Today. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott. And this is a tale of how bad life decisions led to a YouTube show.
And we're going to talk about what we've noticed is going on in the world today. And in January, it's all about lists.
It is.
Lists, and more lists. So continuing on our theme, you have another list of people. Now, what is this list?
This list is for people that I would love to cook for on my show, Funguy the Entertainer Cooks For You.
Okay, and my next question on that, are these people, are these people that more know more about people?
Do I know more about them than you do? Probably not, but at least I know about them.
All right, so
these are people that I don't just find good in their movies. I have paid attention to some of their personal choices in life, and I think we would have great times together.
Okay, so here's how I want you to do the first one.
Okay.
I want you to go find a cutout of this first person and actually have them on the show and cook with them on the show as the cutout. Because I think then the person would go, well, you can't have the cutout. You actually have to be with me on the show and she can come visit you.
That's true, because she is funny like that.
Yes. And that person is?
Ellen Degeneres.
Yeah. I honestly think that she would get a kick out of that. So you have to find a cutout of her or make one.
Right.
It would be worth it.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that difficult.
It would be freaking hilarious.
I have been watching her show, not full time because obviously it's in the middle of the day for me, but I've seen so many of her shows. She's just so much fun to watch. And talk about a sense of humor. She punks her guests. I mean, punks them, you know.
I do have some bad news for you, though.
Okay.
Again, me knowing more about the person than you is always a problem. You know that Ellen is big into animal rights and she is a vegan.
Yes.
Oh, okay. You did know that.
Yes, that much I know.
Okay, so you'll have to cook vegan recipes with her.
Oh, yes. Even though when I first started doing my show, one of the things we did like third or fourth show in there, she says, I'm going to get you some of my recipes. And guess how many of those recipes you have sent me?
One. And you cooked it.
The buffalo cauliflower.
All right, well, I'll send you some more.
That's right. I need some more.
Well, you need to remind me.
Here's the thing. I can look them up, but we've known each other for so long. We used to eat the same foods. If you're able to eat something on that far side of the scale, I should be able to handle it because we ate the same stuff before. And if you can deal with it, I should be able to deal with it.
Yeah, I know what you'll eat. You know what I'll send you over? The potato burritos. You use potatoes as the filler. You cook up potatoes. You just take baked potato and cut it up and throw it in a pan and fry it up, and you put the mixes in it and everything.
I can't have cheese, can I?
You can.
But cheese isn't vegan. Or yes, it is. It's not an animal. Duh. But it's a dairy product.
Well, okay. So here's the deal with veganism as opposed to vegetarianism. Veganism is more of a anything that would hurt an animal. That's why they won't do honey, because they feel that honey is exploiting the animal.
Okay.
Right. So there's different levels.
Right.
Right. That you can be.
It's okay to exploit a living plant, but not a living critter. Okay.
Well, you know my joke on that, right? I mean, being that I'm whole food plant based, I'm like, yeah, okay, I appreciate the fact that, but you're so mean that this poor plant is buried in the ground and it can't run away from you.
That's right.
At least the animal has a chance of running away from you.
That's right.
You can run over and grab that carrot and yank it up out of the ground because it couldn't get away. But no. She'd be like, no, I'm not coming on your show. But yeah, so, all right. Oh, sorry. Talk.
Okay, unfortunately, this is one of those where I have to revert back to somebody who I just have seen a lot of interviews about her. I've seen her in a lot of different shows, and I just love her to death. But I don't know a whole lot about her personal life except that.
Are we moving on to a new person?
We are.
Oh, you should say that. Because I had a drink, and because I'm still sick, and I was hoping you would say that. Okay, we're done with Ellen DeGeneres.
It only takes 7 to 12 days to get rid of the flu, so you'll be fine for next week.
Yep. All right, but go ahead.
Brooke Shields. I don't know if I said her name right, but I just call her Brooke. Not to her face because I've never met her in person.
Hi, Brooke. How are you?
But there's just something surreal about her, and there's a lot of old.
Where have you seen her?
Movies, tons of movies. It's Hallmark movies. So I loved her in Royal Pains. I mean, she was fantastic in Royal Pains.
Oh, so you like that? Okay.
You know, so
she was Paige Collins.
Yes.
She was in 56. It was a main role. 56 episodes.
Yes, but there's an old saying about how some people they have this aura about them that when you meet them, the first thing you want to do is hug them. In the old days, there was another thing. Certain men had an aura about them that every woman in town, even if they were married, wanted to cook for them. It was like something about them. They just wanted to be around this person because it made them feel good to be around the person. It wasn't a sexual thing.
So you want to cook for her?
I would love to cook for her because there's something about her.
Two and a half men. But yeah, she has done Hallmark.
Yes, quite a few of them. So, but she's smart, but she feels like she could be my next door neighbor. She's just so nice.
I've seen her. She was on 2.5 Men.
Men. Oh,
she was really? She was in Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle.
Oh, that would have been funny.
Okay, I have to go back and see where she is in that.
Okay.
All right, so you want to cook for Brooke? Okay.
Yes.
Now, this next one surprised me that you want to cook for this person.
Yes.
Which version of this person do you want to cook for? The current version, the actor version, the character version?
Okay.
He's had a lot of very distinct roles.
Yes, he has. By the way, we're talking about Tom Selleck.
Magnum PI.
It's not the thing I think about him about, even though that was his big
Friends?
thing.
You think about him dating Courtney? When he was dating Courtney Cox on Friends?
Most of his westerns is what I think of.
The Jesse Stone series?
Actually, Quickly Down Under is probably my favorite, although, yeah, that's another one. Fantastic movie. And, of course, in Blue Bloods. But yeah. I've seen some of the interviews that he's had, and I guess the best way to put it is the meal scene that they have in every Blue Blood scene, he takes that to heart. In his personal life, he thinks that the family meal, getting together to be with your family and talk about things of the day, that's something people don't do anymore. And I think it'd be fantastic to sit down with him, cook him some food, and have a conversation. Because the man
that could be your show, right? So, getting coffee in cars, you are having conversations over dinner. Funguy the Entertainer, having conversations over dinner.
Oh, yeah. Because
Conversations over dinner. That's the name of the show.
I like it.
I like it too.
All right. If we make it work, then I have to give you a percentage, don't I? No.
Just invite me to dinner.
Dinner. There you go. Hey, does that mean we have to move together again?
You'll be part of the conversations. We could have a video screen up there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
To do it. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so dehydrated.
That's right. All right. Now here's one that a lot of people would find interesting because they don't understand me as well as they think they do. Wil Wheaton.
Wil Wheaton is awesome.
He really is.
Wil Wheaton is so cool because he can have fun.
He can have fun making fun of himself.
Fun himself, yeah.
Yeah.
From Family Guy, Wil Wheaton, Wil Wheaton, to
Big Bang Theory. Yeah. So, but
because he's Professor Proton now.
Yes,
he got the job over Sheldon.
He certainly did. Now, here's the thing that is so cool about this. Not only is he a geek with a great sense of humor, boy, he truly enjoys science fiction. It's not just that he was in it. He's a big fan of sci-fi in general. Okay. And being a geek, he and I would drive my wife nuts during the dinner conversation.
Well, that's cool.
We can talk about all sorts of fun stuff. And if I recall correctly, I believe he's a D&D player.
I know he's an author. Wil Wheaton is a Dungeons and Dragons player.
Yes.
And played during the PAX 2010 event. Yep.
So,
yes, he did.
And of course, I used to play with the original people,
right.
One of the top artists. Actually, I only played with Gary a couple of times. I actually played with his son, Mark, more often.
Okay.
I played with Jamie and, all those people. So,
which is cool. So you could talk to him about that.
Yes.
That'd be fun.
And my last one, again, we're going to talk about politics for a moment.
No, we're not talking about politics. We're talking about somebody who's no longer in politics because he can't be president anymore.
That's true.
So you can't be president.
I would love to have President Obama and his wife, Michelle. First of all, they're from Illinois, so if they were back
they might move back after the kids get out of school.
Right.
But they stayed in D.C. for the kids to finish their school.
Right. But I'm sure they've still got family in Illinois. So if they were visiting family, they'd come up and have dinner with me one night.
Right. So you should send an invite out.
Plus, here's the coolest thing. Did you know that President Obama is a Trekkie?
I did not know that. I saw you wrote that.
Trekkie.
How did you find that out?
Because I read a lot about him.
About him or about Trek?
About him. They're classy people. I miss classy stuff in politics. You don't see it very often. I enjoyed it. It was a refreshing change of pace to have somebody who genuinely cared about everything.
Trekkie, okay, and President Barack Obama on why Trek is so important. President Obama is unquestionably a Star Trek fan.
Oh, yes.
Given the chance to take a photo with the original Lieutenant Uhura, Nichelle Nichols, the president will raise a Vulcan salute and flash a smile, befitting a visiting dignitary.
Yes.
He did the same upon meeting Leonard Nimoy, and when the actor passed away last year, Obama utilized him by saying, "I love Spock."
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And honestly, now that he's not the president, I think he can make a cameo in one of the new Star Trek films as a Vulcan. Sure.
That'd be funny.
It would. It'd be awesome.
That would be funny. So I did not know it was.
And this time I did keep it down to 5.
Well, you don't have to keep it down to 5. It's just funny that you don't know how to count, which I found amusing.
Yes, you did. All right.
So now we're gonna do our genuine positivity message.
Yes, we are, and this time you get to say it.
It's going to be from Mary Lou Retton. Now, who's Mary Lou Retton?
Some gymnast chick.
Okay, do you know she's 50 years old now?
Yes, I do.
That's crazy.
You know,
it was the 1984 Olympics that she won her medals. 1984. That's crazy.
Yes. And here's one of the things I really like about her. When she won those medals and she did her performance, when she got done, the smile that she had on her face was not the pasted on smile that they all do because they have you must smile. It's part of the rules.
Right.
That was genuine. When she smiled, her whole face was like, yes, I did it, and I did it for you guys.
She got quite a few quotes. Yes, I'm gonna read 2 of them just because I want to. The one that you put in there. So this is our genuine positivity message from Mary Lou Retton. Optimism is a happiness magnet. I love that, right? If you stay positive, good things and good people will be drawn to you.
Perfect.
And that's like true, right? Go ahead.
I said just like us.
Yeah. So this is another thing that I like that she said. Okay. As simple as it sounds, we must all try to be the best person we can by making the best choices, by making the most of the talents we've been given. Right? By making the most of the talents you've been given. Just make good choices and do the best you can.
Okay. I was a little concerned there because that whole bad life decision thing that we have with our show, but we can still do this because we're still giving our best.
Right. Well, they led to a YouTube show, which now we are trying to make best life decisions.
Yes.
Bad life decisions led to the YouTube show. Now we're trying to make our best life decisions.
That's correct.
That is correct. So that's Mary Lou Retton. All right. Now, phrase origin story. You're scaring me again on these things. You know, it sounds it.
No, this time I have an actual origin.
All right. So, okay, wet behind the ears. Does anybody even say that anymore?
Hey, they do, sure.
You're still wet behind. Really? So back there in the farm country,
sure.
You're still wet behind the ear. You're a young whippersnapper.
Well, I don't hear whippersnapper very often anymore, but
no,
they call them puppies. You're just a young puppy.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. So if you're immature, lacking judgment, you're new. You're a noob.
Yes, that's the new current form. Yes, but here, an honest to goodness origin.
Okay.
This phrase originated from the birthing process of farm animals. When the calf is born, it is covered all over by blood. As it dries out, every other part of the body will be dried except the patch behind the ears. So the phrase came to be synonymous to newborns and evolved to be used in everyday terms to refer to someone who is new at something or new somewhere. Yay!
And the crowd goes, wow, that's a good phrase origin story. That's really good. I didn't know that. And I didn't even know that. So I didn't even know that after the calf dries out everywhere, part of the body is dry except for the patch behind the ear stays wet. That's pretty cool.
Totally radical, I think.
That's very exciting. So with that awesome phrase origin story, I want to say thank you for watching.
If you feel our show is not a bad life decision,
please subscribe, watch our other shows and channels. Go to whathappened.world. Is 101.5 bad for a temperature?
No, that's just moderately sick. It's 103 when it becomes bad, and 105 when they put you in intensive care. See, the things you can learn. There are some things I know.
When to worry about a fever. Yeah, there we go. When to worry about a fever. Not that I don't trust you, but infants over 100 you should be worried about.
Yes.
I act like an infant.
Don't we both?
Once a children's fever rises above 101.5, they generally feel miserable, and fever-reducing medicine will help make them feel better. Okay, what's a fever-reducing medicine?
Aspirin.
Is aspirin a fever-reducing medicine?
Yes, it is. Thins out your blood and brings down your fever.
2 types of medicine are safe for children. Acetaminophen, sold as Tylenol, and ibuprofen, so as Motrin and Advil. Tylenol is the only fever-reducing medicine approved by the FDA for babies younger than 6. Oh, no kidding.
Ta-da!
Wow, okay. I'll take some more Tylenol. And I'll drink some more fluids, get some fluids in me.
Capital idea. And I'd say have chicken noodle soup, but you can't have chicken. So have mock
I can have soup. I had a good vegetable soup.
Vegetable
soup. I had pot stickers and croissants. Not really
radical.
Very good. So I don't know where we are in the closing, so I'm just going to say I want you to live every day, and we'll see you on the next show.
Be genuinely positive, live a little life, and have a good one.